Naram chaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayita Nasta Praisra Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 65, titled Balaram Visits Vrindavan. Do Mashu Tatra Chavatsi Madhum Madhavam Eva Cha Kama Shapashu Bhagavan Gopinam Ratim Avaham Domasu Tatra Chavatsin Madhun Madhavamiva Cha Rama Shapasu Bhagava Gopinam Ratimavaham Domasu Tatra Chavatsin Madhu Madhavamiva Cha Rama Shapasu Bhagava Gopinam Ratimavahan Domasu Tatra Chavatsin Madhu Madhavam Eva Cha Rama Shapasu Bhagava Gopinam Ratimava. Anybody else? Translation. Lord Balaram, the personality of Godhead, resided there for the 2 months of Madhu and Madhava, and during the night he gave his cowhead girlfriends conjugal pleasure. SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple Swami states that the gopis who enjoyed conjugal affairs with Sri Balaram during his visit to Gokul had not taken part in Sri Krishna's rasa dance, being too young at the time. Srila Jiva Goswami confirms this statement by quoting a phrase from the Bhagavatam, 10 Canto, Chapter 15, verse number 8. Gopyu Anantira Bhujayo, which indicates that there are particular gopis who act as Balaram's girlfriends. Furthermore, Jiva Goswami states that during the holy festivities celebrated when Krishna killed Shankachuda, the gopis Lord Balaram enjoyed were different from the ones Lord Krishna enjoyed with. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur agrees with this explanation. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumidam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter, it gives us accounts of Lord Balaram's visit to Vrindavan. You all know that Krishna Balaram left Vrindavan having been invited by Kansa to Mathura and did not return. But one day, Lord Balaram decided that I'm going to Vrindavan alone. He got on his chariot and then he started for Vrindavan. And then when he came, everyone became joyful. Nanda Baba, Yashoda Mai, and all the elderly gopis embraced Balaram. They were so happy. It was like he had gone to death. Now he has come back to life. It was very, very, very nice pastime. And then Balaram, here it says, he stayed in Vrindavan for 2 months. So during those 2 months, he engaged in different pastimes with his friends. According to this verse, he also had a set of gopis who were his friends that he did Rasayatra with. So this chapter gives an account of that, which we won't go into details, because today is the appearance of so many personalities. And I've been asked to cover all this. I'm on the marathon. So it's today also, I was told, is Bahulastami, the appearance of Radha Kund. Also is the appearance of Shamananda Pandit, who was a friend of Narottam and Srinivasacharya. And then it's also appearance of Vamsiddhan Thakur. Of course, is Sri Krishna Vasanti, as well as Balaram Rasayatra. So I'll try to be on the marathon. So in this chapter explains how Balaram, when he came to Vrindavan, everyone became joyful, because after Krishna Balaram left Vraj, the residents of Vrindavan, they became lifeless. Even though they were alive, but they were lifeless in a sense that they were like not eating, not enjoying anything. They were like in a state of mourning. Like when someone dies in a family, you stop all activities to mourn the passing away of that person. So that was a state of Vrindavan after Krishna Balaram left. So when Balaram came, his visit gave life to the resident of Raj. And what to speak of the resident of Raj, even the animals of Raj, they were very, very happy to receive Balaramji. And of course, during that time, he did his Rasa dance, which is called Rasayatra. And, you know, when he was doing these activities, some living entities became envious. One of them was Dvivida the gorilla, who thought, who is this Balaram, who is enjoying here in this forest? And he tried to challenge Balaram. Of course, you know the story. Balaram liberated him. And then during that period, when he visited Vrindavan also, he happened to chastise Jamuna Devi. While Balaram was enjoying with his friends, he wanted to sport on the Jamuna, and he called upon her, but she did not oblige. And Balaram, he said, with my plow, I will just split you into small streams, and that will be the end of you as Jamuna river. And then, of course, Jamuna came forward and apologized. That Leela also happened during this time when Balaram was visiting Vrindavan. And then, after chastising Jamuna, and then Jamuna apologized, and another personality appeared to appease Balaram, was Kanti Lakshmi. She came with jewelry. Kanti means jewelry. There are different Lakshmis. The Vijay Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. There's so many Lakshmis. So the Lakshmi that came to appease Balaram is called Kanti Lakshmi. She came with jewelry. She dressed, decorated Balaram. Balaram was very pleased. So in that way, there's a lot of leelas that happened when Lord Balaram visited Vrindavan, apart from the Rasayatra, engaging in ras with his gopi friends. So that way, this chapter is full of that nectar of Balaramji in Vrindavan. After so many years, everybody became alive again. He became like a life-giving resource. So this is Krishna consciousness. Vipralamba. When Krishna Balaram left Vrindavan, the whole Raj went to the state of separation. Vipralamba. When Balaram came, the meeting was very sweet. So sometimes this separation, not sometimes, actually is always painful, but it's meant to increase our longing for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like when you're in a desert, you become so thirsty, but water is so scarce that you can't really get it. When you finally get it, a drop of that water becomes like, a liter. So in that way, the pastimes of Lord Krishna are like that. That sometimes there is separation, but the meeting becomes very great, becomes very sweet. So in that way, here Lord Balaram came back to visit Vrindavan for 2 months and performed different sweet pastimes with the the resident of Vrindavan. So, this is the Krishna consciousness. What it means to be Krishna conscious. And we will have so many answers. Some will say it means chanting 16 rounds, following regulated principles. Some will say it means to read Prabhupada's every day, or to go on book distribution. But there is one word that describes what it means to be Krishna conscious. That is smaranam. Ante kali chamam eva. Yes. Krishna says, he says that a person who will remember me alone at the time of quitting this body, he will attain to my nature. For this, there is no doubt. So the process of Krishna consciousness, or anything that we are doing, is supposed to increase our remembrance of Krishna. So that is the meaning of Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. It means smaranam, to remember Krishna. Because when we remember Krishna, it guarantees us to not see repeated birth and death. That's what Kunkundi says. That when we see you, O Krishna, this seeing you is wonderful, because it gives us a guarantee that we will not see repeated birth and death. Apunar bhava darshanam. Bhagavad-gita says that we take darshan of 4 things. Janma, mirtu, jara, vyadi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. Yes. So when you remember Krishna, when you take darshan of Krishna, then you cannot see janma, mirtu. You attain to Krishna's eternal life. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Yeah, that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. But this cannot be realized by many people. Yeah, because they are interested in this material world. Yeah, so, but this is the meaning of Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. All activities, all pastimes, all the services that we are doing are supposed to help us to remember Krishna. So that is the pastime given here of Lord Balaram visiting Vrindavan, performing Rasayatra, is in chapter 65 of the 10th canto. And then, okay, on the list we have, let's see, Shyamananda Pandit's appearance day. Let's see. So Shyamananda Pandit was a very wonderful personality. Very young, at a very young age, he joyfully took to Krishna consciousness with the blessings of his parents. And then, of course, in the end, he got the mercy of Mahaprabhu's associates. So I'll read about him. Let's see how much time we have. Shyamananda Pandit. This is from ISKCON Desire Tree. There is a quotation here. Simply by accepting that the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are eternally perfect, one may attain the service of Krishna in Vrindavan. This is a quote from Narottam Das Thakur. Sri Shamananda and Sri Narottam Das Thakur are all eternal associates of Gaura Sundara for the purpose of preaching the holy message of Sri Chaitanya all over the earth. They appeared within this world. Sri Shamananda Prabhu was born in Utkala in a place called Darendra Badura Pura. I don't know this place. His father's name was Sri Krishna Mandal. His mother's name was Sri Durika. Sri Krishna Mandal, who was in the dynasty of the 6 Gopas, had desired many sons and daughters who had passed away before this son took his birth. Because of the great misfortune which had befallen his family, Sri Krishna Mandal named the boy, who knows the name? Duki. Duki. Duki means unhappy. Yeah, it's an interesting story. So he named the child Duki because previously he had many children and they had passed away. Okay, where I am now. Everyone said that the boy would become a great person, a Mahapurush. On an auspicious moment of the full moon day of the month of Chaitra, he appeared within this world by the mercy of Lord Jagannath. Because he had come to preach the glories of Jagannath, the Lord himself protected him as he grew up. The boy was so beautiful. He was like Cupid himself. All eyes were fixed upon him. Gradually, it was time for the child's grain-eating ceremony, that which a child is first offered solid food. And soon after that, he began going to school. Seeing the amazing brain this child had, the scholars were astonished. In a short time, the boy learned Sanskrit grammar, poetry, and rhetoric. As soon as he began seriously studying the scriptures, upon hearing the glories of Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda from the mouths of local devotees, the boy developed a powerful desire to take shelter at his lotus feet. His father, Sri Krishna Mandal, was a great devotee of Krishna. Seeing his son always engrossed in thoughts of Gaura Nityananda, he told him to take mantra initiation. The boy said, Rida Chaitanya Prabhu is my guru. He lives in Ambika Kalna. His guru is Gauridas Pandit. Those 2 great brothers, Sri Gaura and Nityananda, always resided in his home. If you give the order, I will go to him and become his disciple. Sri Krishna Mandal said, my boy, that is a long way. How will you get there? Duki said, Father, many people from here will soon go to Godadesh to bathe in the Ganga. When they go, I will go with them. For a long time his father thought this over and finally gave his permission. After receiving the blessings of his father and mother, he began his journey to Godadesh. Gradually, he came to Navadip and Shantipur, and finally arrived in Ambikakarna. Upon reaching Ambikakarna, he began inquiring from the local people, where is the house of Gauridas Pandit? He paying his obeisances outside the temple of Sriman Mahaprabhu at the house of Gauridas Pandit. There he found Hridaya Chaitanya Prabhu. Hridaya Chaitanya Prabhu, upon seeing the boy, said, "Who are you?" Duki said, "I want to render service at your holy feet. I have come a long way from Darendra, Bahadurpura. I was born in the dynasty of the 6 Gopas. My father's name is Krishna Mandal. My name is Duki." From that day on, Sri Krishnadas assiduously served his guru. Sri Hridaya Chaitanya waited for auspicious day and soon initiated him in the mantra. Okay, it's a long story. To make it short, so Hridaya Chaitanya gave Duki initiation, and then after that he gave him instructions to go to Vrindavan and take shelter of Srila Jiva Goswami. And under the tutelage of Jiva Goswami, he studied so many books of the 6 Goswamis. And later on, him, Narottam, Das Thakur, and Srinivasacharya, they were instructed by Jiva Goswami to take the books of the Goswamis from Vrindavan to other places. And you know the story how the books got stolen. So it's the same Shamananda Pandit, who traveled with Srinivas and Narottam as the first book distributor, traveling Sankirtan. They were the first traveling Sankirtan. So in that way, Shamananda Pandit, he was one of the pioneers of this traveling Sankirtan of Gauranga Mahaprabhu under the instructions of Jiva Goswami. So we will, read about. Okay, that was Shamananda. Another personality is Vamshi Varan, whose appearance is today. Today is his appearance day. So this is from ISKCON Desire Tree. It says, Srila Vamshi Varananda Thakur appeared on the full moon day of the month of Chaitra. Within Kulia exists a village, Tegari, Bechiava, Bedrapara, and Chinadaga. I never heard of these names. The sons of Shikar Chattopadhyaya moved from Bilvagram, Patoli to Bechyanagaram. Shri Yudhishthir Chattopadhyaya had 3 sons, Madhavdas, Sri Hare, and Sri Krishna Sampati. When Mahaprabhu came from Puri to have darshan of his mother and the river Ganges, he stayed for 7 days in the house of Madhavdas at Kulia. At this time he excused Devananda Pandit along with all the offenses of everyone else. Therefore, the place came to be known as Aparat Bhajan. But Sri Vamshi Thakur appeared in the home of Sri Madhav Das. His mother's name was Srimati Chandrakala Devi. Vamsivardhanananda is the incarnation of Krishna's flute. On the day of his birth, Mahaprabhu was present in the house of Sri Madhavadas along with Sri Advaita Acharya. Madhav was very devoted to Mahaprabhu, and Prabhu was also very affectionate to him and his son Vamsi. Vamsidas was present at Navadip when Acharya Prabhu came there. Vamsi was engaged in the service of Vishnupriya and was the receptacle of her unlimited mercy. One time, Vishnu Priya Devi and Vamsi Thakur decided to give up taking food and water. There is not being any point in maintaining their bodies, which were so wrecked with the pain of separation from Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, didn't approve of this and manifested himself before them. He then requested them not to behave rashly, and then instructed them both to worship his deity form in order to mitigate their feelings of separation. So this is again separation, Vripalamba, of Vamsi and Vishnupriya. It is said that after Mahaprabhu left, Vishnupriya used to chant so many rounds of japa. According to the number she chanted, she will count by putting aside 1 grain of rice, 2, 3, 4. And then when she stopped, and then she would take those grains and then cook those grains. That will be her prasad for the day. Can you imagine? And then she even gave up that. So severe austerities in separation from Mahaprabhu with Vamsi, who was her assistant. So this Vamsi Vardhanananda Thakur is a very special person. When he appeared, Mahaprabhu was there. And when Mahaprabhu left, he got the opportunity to serve Mahaprabhu's consort, Vishnupriya. So it's very, very wonderful. Maybe in future we can read more about these pastimes. So that is Vamsi. Vamsi Vardhanananda Thakur, when he was young, he was born into the family of Mahaprabhu's associates. Very, very special person. Now, since we are running out of time, let's go to, let's see. That was Vamsi, Shamananda, Bahurastami. Today is Bahurastami, which means the appearance day of Radhakund. So it says, now this is also from ISKCON Dwaraka Daily. This article was written by ISKCON Dwaraka. They say, when Sri Radhakund manifested. Sri Radhakund manifested in the Kartik month on the 8th day of the disappearing phase of the moon. On this auspicious day, the devotees decorate the kund with lamps, lotuses, and various beautiful plants and shrubs. They even bathe in the kund or sprinkle drops of holy water on their heads. So you all know how Radha-Kund appeared. So Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan in year 1515 from Puri. So when he came to Vrindavan, he was asking people, what is the name of this village that I'm passing? They will tell him. And then when he came to the place where Radha-Kund and Shyamakund are today, he was told, this is Aristagram. Mahaprabhu, Aristagram? Okay. This must be the place where Aristasura was killed. And then after Aristasura was killed, of course, Radha-Kund and Shyamakund were manifested. So then that's how Mahaprabhu discovered Radha-Kund and Shyamakund. And then later on he sent the 6 Goswamis to discover more places, renovate them, and make them available for all of us today. So Radha-Kund and Shyamakund, they were renovated to the point they are today by the arrangement of Raghunath Das Goswami. This was Mahaprabhu's plan to make these holy places available for the future devotees. So Radha-Kund appeared after the killing of Aristasura. The gopis protested that Krishna, you have become contaminated from killing the bull. You need to bathe in many holy places. And Krishna said, no, come on, how can I go to so many places? I can't do that. I would rather call them to appear here. I will take my bath here and then I'll be okay. So then Lord Krishna, he called upon the holy places. They came and then he created Shyamakund. And then the gopis in competition, they created Radha-Kund. So in that way, this is the day when Radha-Kund appeared. So I had this experience in 2009. I think it was 2008 after I took sannyas. Someone told me, let's go. Today is Bahul Ashtami. Let's go to Radha-Kund. And then I said, okay, sure, let's go. I took my danda, my new danda, and I never heard of this festival. Then when we got there, few minutes later, it began to swell up with people. They were coming from all over, like, the flooding river Ganga. By the time we realized we were in between, swimming in people, my danda got broken. My first danda was broken at Radha-Kund. That's how intense it was. And that was the last day I went to Radha-Kund during the Bahula Ashtami at night. Ayendra Prabhu was there before as he was singing. He got his spot. We were trying to get closer to where he was sitting, but we couldn't. They were pushing and pushing. I was trying to save my danda, but they broke it. So it's like today at night, there will be more than 50,000 people there. So many people. It's so crowded. Yes, and then during the Vrajamandal Parikrama, around this time we used to be there during Bahurastami. The Vrajamandal devotees, they get the opportunity to take part, to go and bathe at Radha-Kund. So in that way, this festival reminds me my first-hand experience, how I was trying to save the devotees with me, with my danda. Those people broke my danda. Yes, it was quite intense. So that was Bahurastami, long ago in 2008. Who else? Shri Krishna Vashanta. Shri Krishna Vasanta. Vasanta means spring. So it's a time when Lord Krishna does rasa dance. Let's see. So in that way, during this time in Vrindavan, the Lord performed, during the month of Vasanta, He performs Ras Leela. And this is the time, it's a good time. Like now, it's not very hot, it's just the beginning. So it's a good time in Vrindavan for engaging in this type of pastimes. Why? Because it's a time when the flowers are blooming, the grasses are growing green, and everything becomes very auspicious. And the flowers, as they bloom, they produce fragrances which makes the whole forest of Raj very, very intoxicating. Like you see the bees, they are attracted by the smell and the pollen of the flowers. So during that time, Shamasundar performed his pastimes during this Vasanti, which you all know about. So this is the time when all the gopis are eager to join Sri Krishna Bhagavan in the beautiful forests of Vrindavan by the arrangement of Punamasi. So Punamasi is the guru of Raj, who arranges all these flowers to bloom in a certain way to produce certain colors in order to enhance the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, of course, and their friends. I have a slideshow of the forest of Vrindavan, which I normally show to devotees. I didn't do that here in this temple, but I did that in your Namahatas last time. So in this slideshow, I have kind of like researched the flowers of Raj that bloom around this time and put them in my presentation of different forests so that the forest looked like how it was during the time of Krishna Balaram. Yes, like Malika flowers, Kumoda, Champak. So all these flowers were there in Raj, but now, due to the advancement of Kali Yuga, they are kind of disappearing. You can find them there and there, but they are not as many as they were during the time of Krishna Balaram. So in my slideshow, I tried to bring all those flowers so that the forest looked like how it is. In Talavan, I got so many dal trees with fruits from different parts. Some I got them from Thailand. They're beautiful dal there. I just came from South India. In South India, dal trees grow very they grow very well. I saw also some Talavan there. You find a place it's just dal. I was thinking, this really took my mind to Raj. During Krishna Balaram, there were so many trees like that, which are not there. But in some parts of India, you can still find them in places like Trivandrum, Madurai, very, very beautiful. So that's how Vrindavan was during Krishna Balaram's time. So In that way, in this slideshow, I try to bring all these trees, like Ashoka, and many, many trees, champak, so that the slideshow looks like how it was during Krishna Balaram's time. So that way, it's very, very beautiful. So, this is a very, very auspicious time in Vrindavan. So many leelas are happening around this time. And it helps us to take our minds to Raj. Like I was talking to someone the other day, saying that I wish one day the government of India will embark on a mission to replant all the trees of Raj so that we can get the original Vrindavan forest and bring all those flowers like Komoda flowers and many, many flowers of Raj. It's just a wish in the mind. Maybe it will happen so that Vrindavan can be very pleasing to devotees and it will be very nice. They've planted some around Govardhan. Yeah, there are some trees also, it's very nice. You can walk, inside the shade now. Yeah. That's how Raj was during Krishna Balaram. These trees created a protecting umbrella for Krishna Balaram and the cows. So there were nice trees in Raj. So that way, Lord Krishna enjoyed his pastimes in the forest of Vrindavan. So thank you very much. I think I went too quick in this marathon. Yes, there were so many appearances. I don't know if I finished them. Let's see the list. Bahulashtami. I didn't talk about Bahulashtami. Bahulashtami, yes. Yes. Bahulashtami, Shamananda Pandit, Vamsi, Vardhan Thakur's appearance, Sri Krishna Vashanta, Balaram, Rasayatra. We covered them all. Yes. Any questions, Prabhu? Yes, Maharaj.
Devotees celebrate the Bahulashtami in the month of Kartik, but our new correction in ISKCON calendar, we are celebrating this month. So we know how this correction comes. What is the source of this changing?
Can you please repeat what you said?
Bahulashtami comes in the month of Kartik generally.
Oh no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it comes earlier. I can find out later.
I heard GBC resolution passed in 2000, maybe 20. G. Goswami is quoted somewhere that this pastimes of Bahulashtami happen in this month. So they decided, GBC also passed resolution to celebrate Janmashtami, Bahulashtami pastimes on this day. So our new resolution passed in GBC meeting. I heard from someone.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
How Balaram is perform Ras dance in this month, in the Basant, season of Basant. So gopis, there is two parts of gopis. So Balaram gopis difference from Krishna Ras dance, or same gopi participated.
That's what it says here in this paper. They are different. The question is whether Balaramji's gopis are the same gopis that danced with Krishna. No. According to the purport here, the gopis Lord Balaram enjoyed with were different from the ones Lord Krishna enjoyed with, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. They were different gopis. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. Prabhu said he wants to see my presentation. I'm leaving Mumbai. Tomorrow is my last day. Today I'm going out. I have a presentation. Maybe tomorrow, yes, I don't know. You can see Kashi Mishra Prabhu. We'll see if we have time. Here's Kashi Mishra Prabhu. You can discuss with him. So thank you very much. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.